Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing today my 37-week pregnancy update, and I cannot believe that I'm 37 weeks. I'm actually, tomorrow I'll be 37 weeks, and I just feel like that is such a huge milestone because as you might know, after 37 weeks you could basically give birth at any time, and that's really scary and exciting at the same time. But as much as I loved being pregnant and getting to experience this, I feel like I'm pretty ready to be over with it and to have my baby. And I feel like I've said that in previous videos, but so yeah, I cannot wait to have my baby, even though I feel like he could stay in for a little bit longer because we still have to clean up a few things around the house. So I'm not quite ready for him to arrive yet, but I will be pretty soon. So yeah, I'm going to do my 37-week update, and I'm sorry if I'm out of breath. It's only 9:30 in the morning and I just did a load of laundry. I actually just put it in the wash and I stripped my bed, and I feel like I just did a workout. I'm so out of breath. So I'm also gonna film today my what's in my hospital bag, and I was gonna do a nursery tour because it's almost done. I still have to clean up a few things and organize, but we don't have the rug in here because we took all of our rugs to the wash because they were so freaking filthy. As you might know from previous videos, I mentioned that we're renovating our balconies, and we finally finished with that yesterday, and I'm just so relieved because I was afraid we were gonna have the baby before we finished the balconies, and that would have been a nightmare because there was dust everywhere around the house. And yeah, so all of our rugs are at the cleaners, so it's really empty. I mean, it feels like it's really empty in here, so I'm waiting for that to come back, and then I'm pretty sure I can film my nursery tour because it's pretty much done. So yeah, I'm waiting for that, but I am gonna film my what's in my hospital bag today, so hopefully that will be up quite soon. So I have my list of symptoms here, and I'm gonna get started with it because I already talked for almost 4 minutes and I haven't even started on the actual update, like the pregnancy update. So first thing that I wrote on my list is colostrum, because I know a lot of these symptoms are TMI, but if you are pregnant or have been pregnant, nothing is TMI. And so yeah, I have been having colostrum, which it was really weird at first, but it's really reassuring, and I'm pretty sure it means that you will almost definitely have milk after your baby is born. So yeah, that's actually like a really nice and reassuring symptom. So I've been having that. I also wrote about stretch marks because I do have stretch marks, which I mean, they're not really that big of a deal, but they are. I mean, when you see a new stretch mark, it's not gonna make you happy. So yeah, I just feel like whenever I notice a new stretch mark, I'm just like, oh, another one. But it's really weird because I don't have any stretch marks on my belly. My belly looks like perfect. I mean, it doesn't look like the skin looks really good, and it doesn't really have any stretch marks. It has a little bit of redness around my belly button, which I've mentioned before, and I have a little bit of that linea nigra, but it's not like, it's really faint. It's not really too obvious. So yeah, my belly looks really good, but I got a lot of stretch marks on my breasts, and then I got a lot of them on my thighs, which is really weird because I feel like those parts don't really grow that much. I mean, my belly has grown the biggest, obviously, and I have no stretch marks on my belly, so I feel like that's really weird. But I might actually get some now that I'm at the end of the pregnancy, so I hope I don't. And I've actually noticed now that I'm at the end of my pregnancy, or almost at the end, that I actually have not had heartburn. I had, I think, a couple of times when I felt heartburn and it was really uncomfortable, but it wasn't too bad, and it wasn't constant, so it was just a couple of times that it happened to me. And I've also never had, I mean, I've had morning sickness, but not, it wasn't too bad. I didn't throw up at all. So yeah, I think I'm really lucky in that sense, because I know a lot of people struggle with that in the last trimester especially. So I'm really grateful that I don't have heartburn, and crossing my fingers that I don't get it, but I don't think I will. Another thing is I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks, and they're actually getting quite intense. I mean, some of them are almost painful, but not too painful. I mean, I'm not sure how to explain it. I can feel when I get a really intense Braxton Hicks, I can feel it in my back and below my belly, and it's really uncomfortable and almost painful, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be able to distinguish between Braxton Hicks and real contractions, but from what we've been told and from what I learned in the math classes and everything, contractions are like real contractions are gonna be constant, and they're gonna get more frequent and more intense, and my Braxton Hicks don't. I mean, I have one, and then maybe an hour later I'll have another one, and they're not really at regular intervals. So yeah, I know they're just Braxton Hicks, but sometimes when I get one that's really intense, I can I can walk through the contraction, but it's really uncomfortable, and I have to just stop and sit down or yeah, just stop what I'm doing. But yeah, apparently when you get real contractions, you're gonna know. At least that's what everyone says. So yeah, I hope I'm gonna know when it's the real deal. So if you have any tips on distinguishing between them, then let me know. But when I went to my last checkup, I told my doctor, and she told me to take it easy because she didn't want me to go into premature labor. And yeah, I have been trying to take it easy. I feel like I'm not really doing much, anyway, straining myself or anything, but I still feel like I need to do stuff around the house. I can just sit in bed for the last month or so because I'm just gonna go crazy. So I really need to have something to do. So yeah, but I'm trying to take it easy. I'm trying not to lift stuff, not to bend too much. I also wrote hard to walk, which it's been really hard. I mean, I can obviously walk, it's not like I can't, but it's just so uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm so weighed down, and my back hurts really bad because I can feel all the weight in the front kind of like pulling, and I have that little duckling walk because I just can't walk normally. And we went to run some errands. I actually had to do like some stuff around town, and I had to walk from place to place, and it was just so uncomfortable, and it took me ages to get from one place to another. So yeah, it's just hard to move around and do stuff. So I'm trying not to strain too much because I don't want to start labor prematurely, but now that I'm approaching my due date, I might actually take walks to you know, help get everything started. But for now I'll just stay put. Another symptom that I've mentioned in my previous video is swollen hands, and I've actually had to take my wedding ring off. I still have my engagement ring, and my wedding ring was actually tighter, and this one was always a little bit loose on my hands, and now it's just right. So I had to take the other one off because it was actually hurting my fingers. So I barely took it off actually. So yeah, I'm just engaged now. But in case you're wondering, that's why I took it off. And I feel like my hands are really swollen. My feet aren't, surprisingly, just my hands, and I feel like they're really painful at times, especially when I wake up in the morning, or like when I wake up throughout the night to go to the bathroom. They're really sore and painful, and I can barely like close my fingers. So I'm not really sure what that's about. I think it's a common pregnancy symptom, but I'm gonna ask my doctor at my next appointment. And I know she said if I have swollen feet and hands to take my blood pressure, and I've actually been advised to take my blood pressure every now and then, and I took it and it's just right. I mean, yeah, it's not pre-eclampsia or anything, but yeah, it's just really uncomfortable, and apparently it only goes away after you give birth. So I have almost a month to enjoy this pregnancy symptom. I mean, I think I've had to take my wedding ring off also because I've put on weight, obviously. I don't feel like I've put on too much weight. I think it's normal. By the way, I've put on, I think, 13 or 12 or 13 kilograms so far, so I don't think that's too bad. But another thing I've noticed is that I drop a lot more things on the floor, which is really annoying because it's so hard to bend and grab everything. So whenever I drop something, I get so annoyed because it's just so hard to grab it from the floor, and sometimes I'll just leave it there if it's not important, or you know, ask my husband to do it. But yeah, it's just, I feel like I'm so clumsy and I drop everything, or maybe I was clumsy before but it just didn't bother me as much. So yeah, who knows. Could be part of pregnancy brain, I guess. I feel like people have been really noticing my bump lately, even though they did notice it before, but now I feel like people are really nice and really interested in my belly or in my pregnancy, because I went to the post office a few days ago and there was this guy in front of me, and he just, you know, turned around and looked at me and he was like, "Oh my god, congratulations, when's the baby coming?" And I always feel a little bit weird because, I don't know, I mean, he was obviously being nice, but yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard. So yeah, and I just feel like sometimes when I walk down the street, people look at me and smile, and most people are really nice, like opening the door for you, and I think they just see that you're struggling, so they're trying to help. But yeah, I just noticed this in the past few weeks. And then lastly, what I noticed is that, for example, if I'm in the kitchen cooking or just doing something on the kitchen counter and I drop something on the counter and it makes a loud noise, because it's right at the level of my belly, I feel like the baby gets scared, because when I drop something, he kind of like, he gets startled. I can feel him jump, like, not jump, I just can feel him kind of move like a big twitch. So it's really weird, but I feel like he's you know, scared or woken up by the noise. And my husband laughs at me because I am such a scaredy cat. I mean, I just it's not like I'm consciously scared that something around me is going on, but I just get scared really easily. Like, for example, if I'm in the kitchen and my husband comes from behind and I don't hear him and he just says something, I'll be like so yeah, I just get scared like that really easily. So yeah, she says that the baby takes after me because he's startled really easily. So that's really funny. So I think that's gonna be it for my update. Might be my last one, although I don't think it will be. I think I'll go to 40 weeks probably. So yeah, but this is my 37 weeks and I'm really excited to meet the little baby. So I'm going to show you my bump. Please ignore the pajama pants, I just didn't feel like changing. So yeah, this is my 37-week belly. I'm feeling quite huge. So I hope you enjoyed this pregnancy update, and I may or may not see you in the next one, but I will definitely make other videos if I happen to give birth before I film my next pregnancy update. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you have a great day. Bye guys!